Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right. So, hang on. Let me make some space here. So, what is the message that Libra needs to hear today? We have a Seven of Cups and a Four of Wands. Okay. So, Seven of Cups. That talks about questioning, sometimes confusing things, sometimes just wondering about things. That Four of Wands, though, is about, like having a kind of a stable vision of the direction something's going to go. We also do have this Four of Wands, or excuse me, a Knight of Wands. Okay, so hang on. Is somebody sitting here questioning, I wonder what? I wonder what is going to happen? We have the Fool, we have the Ace of Cups. If they are wondering what's going to happen, does somebody want a Knight of Wands with me, or are they thinking about me as long-term material? I gotta say, there's a lot more interest here. There's love. Look, nothing is written in stone yet, but it almost feels like either Libra is coming to this precipice where they're going to find out that this is not some lighthearted, passing fancy kind of thing. Somebody's not looking for a roll in the hay. But I do think that that's the question. Like, what is it that they're looking for? Are they hoping for, some lighthearted, fluffy thing, or is there something more meaningful that a character would like? And we have love being offered here. We have something much more serious with that Fool card as well. A big leap in a direction. We have Page of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords in the reverse is it's going to become very clear. It's going to become very obvious pretty swiftly here. Lovers. Libra, this really looks like somebody is, and I don't know if it's a Gemini or an Aries. I think it's two people, though, who are just going to be shockingly straightforward with each other. Libra, there could be a very clarifying conversation coming. And I'm not sure who starts it, but one person kind of takes the leap, but I think it's because the other person is like showing this loving energy. They're showing some kind of like emotion. They're showing that. The Tower is in the reverse. I don't think this is even requiring any big like ego drop. I almost think that there wasn't ego in the first place. There was just kind of like the comfortable question of like, well, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something that's just fun? Or are you looking for something more serious? And it's like, no, I'm looking for something serious. And I think it's just very obvious for these characters, especially with the Lovers card there. And that, obviously the Page of Swords in the reverse, there's no need to like, oh, let me try to watch quietly and study them and see what they have to say. I kind of think Libra's about to get on really solid footing with someone who doesn't play any games, doesn't have any pretense around them, doesn't like things are really changing for this person, and Libra is what it looks like. If there was the question mark, I'm not sure what they want with me. I think instead of this being like, oh my God, I'm going to have to walk a tightrope, they're not going to be clear, it's going to be really confusing, I'm not going to know what somebody wants from me. I think this is going to go so much smoother than what Libra would expect. It just looks like somehow these two are in such beautiful synchronicity. There's that Justice card. I feel like when two people don't have anything to hide, and when two people are like, well, I'm pretty stable and, like what I want, what I think, I don't tend to go around and, sorry, I'm getting cold again. I don't tend to go around and, like waste people's time because I don't want mine wasted. So if I'm really interested, I'm interested. I'll state what I actually want. If I'm looking for love or if I'm just looking for fun, I would be honest about it either way. And I wonder if this is so amazing because maybe Libra has not had this. Maybe Libra has had people that were unreliable, people that, ate up their time, pretended they wanted one thing when they didn't, and I think we're beyond that, especially or let me put it this way, not beyond that. It's two people that are not playing any games with each other. Can I just ask, is this somebody new to Libra, or is this, because it kind of feels like a new beginning? But let's go with this deck. No, actually, I think that one. The one I had in my hand first. Is this a new thing for Libra to experience? We have a Four of Wands. So yeah, I'm going to say this could be something that Libra's like, I am ready and really only looking for somebody who could be long-term material. And I've kind of walked away from, or told myself from here on out, I will walk away from anyone that I don't think is on the same page. I'm not going to get pulled into relationships or situationships when, it's, if I don't see somebody showing me that they're consistent and interested, then I will assume that that's not who they are, and I'll just go ahead and move on. I only do things with like equal reciprocated energy and feedback. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is this new offer coming through. And that Ace of Pentacles is, here, if somebody really wants to be with me and they're showing me, then absolutely yes. But my question was, is this somebody new to Libra? And we just keep saying it's something new to Libra. I don't know that they're new. This feels like a new beginning with the Ace of Coins, of course. It almost feels like Libra and this person already know that they're going to be a great match. Five of Wands makes me think Libra and this person have gone around several rounds in the past. They have interacted with each other before. They have had, times where they tried to figure things out before. And maybe they always knew that they were supposed to be together, but maybe once upon a time it was like, I don't know if there were a lot of things unspoken or unknown. Let me just ask, now we'll go to that other deck. If this is somebody that Libra did have interaction with, and it was like, I thought that we could be like really good together once upon a time, but we kind of went round and round with each other. And now I don't know. What do they want? Well, it turns out everybody wants the same thing, which is stability. And if it weren't that, then Libra will not stick around, period. But what happened in the past? Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Temperance. So in the past, although right from the gate, I think things were very, very serious with this person. This could be somebody that Libra had like from the very first, like, hello, long before there should have been this jump ahead to, I'm going to marry this person. It feels as if both people knew it. So there was this love story that existed instantly in the past, but without actually having any of the foundation built. Queen of Wands. These cards came out of this deck. I want to say in a storyline last night. Seven of Cups. Yeah, things got confusing. And remember, that's how we started. Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups. Is the thing that rattled this or made it harder once upon a time, is it because characters really, really wanted each other right out of the gate and felt like, I'm supposed to be with you? But that's crazy. I mean, there's no way they think that of me. This must be crazy. What the heck am I doing? Assuming all this or wanting to jump ahead like this. So I must be tripping. There's no way that I could say that this person wants to be with me the way I want to be with them. Knight of Cups. I think that's exactly it. Even though both people, we rarely see two individuals on, a knight card. Normally it's a knight is riding alone. Instead, we have these two kicked back, both feeling the same way, but with the moon high overhead, neither person knowing if the other one feels it the same way. There was like, I don't know, this was a love at first sight scenario. And then it was like, that's not possible. That doesn't really happen, right? That couldn't really happen, that they feel the exact same way about me and I about them. But I think that that's exactly what this was. I mean, how many times do we have to have these cards of, love, but also love with serious intention? Like, we keep getting marriage cards. We got it 3 times here. And we also have the card of confusion twice. So very serious energy without enough like rational basis for why it started out so serious. And that alone could have been what shook this foundation and been like, no, there's no way that they fell in love with me at first sight. Heck, there's no way that I fell in love with them at first sight, right? This must just be lust at first sight. I almost feel like that was the question mark. And I do think that that maybe made two people like scared to trust it. Um, and maybe even walk away from it because it's like, this is madness. There's no way that this could be true. If they don't want me to walk away, then I'll believe that they must feel the same way. Like, I don't know if Libra tested the connection or vice versa, but I do wonder if that didn't happen, you know? And then even though, because somebody has walked away, because we're having a new beginning in this story. But the big message here is, if somebody tried to say this is nuts, I'm sure this couldn't be love. They must not think about me the same way. This is crazy. You don't fall in love at first sight. And then some problems started to occur because of the like, I got to be tripping, to the point where somebody exits stage left and says, if you don't let me go, then I'll believe that you really truly, want me. I don't think either person ever wanted to let the other one go. That's probably the other reason we don't have we have the Tower in the reverse. It's like it never felt like it was over. These two have been in love the entire time, from what I can tell in this storyline. So how is this thing getting patched up? How is this thing being turned back into the relationship that it always was? Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups. A new beginning has to happen because there is such a kind of an abysmal, lonely feeling of like, it feels like we lost something that was so important. And so how long do you sit there saying, I think I lost the love of my life, because over time it didn't fade. And instead, I still think I wanted to marry that person. And I have no idea. Maybe they didn't feel that way about me, but I felt that way about them. I kind of got to know. Ace of Wands. Is that feeling still there for them? Did they have those feelings? Because this is too big of a disappointment to let this go. Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody's reaching out to find out. And although it feels like this has been mounting confusion, like, I wonder what they wanted with me. And this is two people about to find out. What did you really want with me? Well, what did you really want with me? This is one person or the other is reaching out. Right now, it looks like the Page of Cups will be the one reaching out. So, and I don't know that it's with an apology exactly, but I do see, a lot of importance. We've been getting some storylines about important conversations right now. I don't know if just the energy is shifting, changing, but we've been getting, messages about important conversations. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Storylines where it's finally like characters are ready to just lay down. I'm not going to say ego, but finally ready to talk openly about the things that they couldn't talk about before. That's where we have our characters now. Everybody seems to be ready to do some talking that they weren't ready to talk about before. So huge vulnerability, but it's because of love. But it is between Libra and this person. They both have always felt the same way. Somebody could certainly be a fire sign. We also had Scorpio in here. We had Libra in here. We had Gemini in here. We had Aries in here. A couple times Aries. So all of this just to say, I don't see two people letting each other go. We have too many Ace of Pentacles in this. And I think that this dialogue is going to take away the confusion, because I think what they're going to be talking about was the confusion. I wanted to marry you. I thought there's no way you felt the same way. I thought there's no way, how do you fall in love with somebody at first sight like that? This feels like two people who knew it was important. It kind of overwhelmed them. They parted ways, and then they're kind of coming back around to each other. That's how this reads to me. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Lots of love.